there. But when you go lamenting, people get used to your lamentations. Even when there is a very hurting lamentation, they say, as usual. But let's soldier on together. Fortunately, whoever is serving in local government, majority of us served in local governments. So we know what you are really going through. I'm a teacher by profession. I taught in Kampala, I taught in universities, but my heart told me east, west, home. I came back and served as a DEO, Kabarole, for 9 solid years. I know how councillors can toss technical staff. You make a report, they begin criticizing it. You visit schools, why don't you involve us? One day, I asked one of the councillors that, can you really respect a lesson? They, no, withdraw that. How can you talk like a politician? No. This deal has come with pride. I know the fire you are going through, politically, technically, but patience pays. I want to assure you of that one. I bring greetings from the Honorable Raphael Majezi, who would have wished to be here full time, but because of government duties, there are those that demand him in person, and order is order. So flexibility is very, very important, and I'm here to represent him, and I'll try to do my best. One, urbanization is a necessary evil. Urbanization is a necessary evil. It's demand-driven, sometimes uncontrolled, but the only opportunity we have is that you, serving there, you are the government, and you have a shoulder to lean on. You have a shoulder to lean on. Urbanization is a sign of development. I have gone to a few cities. I went to Korea recently. You drive for 30 kilometers, driving through flats. This way, that way, they're flats. And you ask, these people don't have slums or what? I tried to ask. They told me, no, there are no slums here. They gave me a book of the development of Korea, where I read people used to sleep in trees. Instead of putting something like a swing, they would put something like a net and sleep there seated. How they evolved the planting of trees in the right places, because they were facing what we are facing. So we have to urbanize naturally, although it's hectic, annoying, disturbing, law-breaking, but with the time we put things right together. And up to now, I'm surprised. Despite lamentations that the government doesn't have money, we still receive applications from very many districts, almost every district, wanting to create another town council, crying for a municipality, yet the sound is loud and clear. There is a ban on creation of other lower government units because of the resource envelope. So we have to grow naturally, we have to grow legally, we have to grow putting in place and respecting the laws, the rules and regulations that will stop the damage we are creating out of unplanned growth. So is a sign that people are running away from where they feel things are not the best and looking for where they feel things are the best. Because a chapati 10 kilometers from here will not cost the same amount like a chapati sold in the center here. So I'm happy you are in that fix, but most important, you have a shoulder to lean on, and that is the central government, headed by none other than His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, whose focus is on development. Not blanket development, but social, economic development. So we have to work very hard to make sure as the towns grow, the economy of those towns is also growing. But that growth is counted on we, the managers. Towns walk the style of their managers, the mayor and the committee. Before I knew who Kalyanga was, I had come here to Verena Gardens for a workshop. I saw things changing. I used to come via Kasese. My sister worked in Kilembe Mines for a very long time. So I knew Kasese, sometimes would come on the market day. I knew the dirt, I knew the bad roads, I knew the poor buildings. Sometimes we would come to Sunday for Sunday Mass. I knew how things looked. But when I asked, I was told there is a very vibrant mayor. And I didn't know at one time I would sit in the same cabinet with the mayor, the DEO and the mayor. So things don't come by accident, ladies and gentlemen. So every institution walks the style of its head. Be it a home where you have come from. You know your homes. They walk your style. Where there is laissez-faire, sometimes your children answer you and even question you. Come late knocking at night. Now where is my food? And why haven't you covered it? And it's even cold. So please let your cities, municipalities, town councils reflect your image, reflect your legacy, and it should be a proud and positive legacy for you to walk with your head up and your children to feel your strength. My father left it, my father did it. Is that what we are, where we came from? The question is in your heart, and there is always room for improvement. But that improvement should come through self-analysis, self-evaluation, self-rating. That means you must accept to call a spade a spade. And to know here I went wrong. I'm happy they haven't discovered me. She doesn't know what is happening in Koboko. Maybe by the time she chooses to visit me, things will have changed. So my colleagues, we have to tussle out that one. But is urbanization necessary? Must it be there? Without it, can't people do their business? Urbanization has positive and negative effects. And it is with the leaders to know them. You cannot building anywhere. Just eating sugar cane, throwing everywhere. We are the people to modernize our cities and municipalities. This garbage syndrome started long ago, the mistakes started long ago, centuries ago, and it's going to take a long, long time to correct it. but the turning point is today. Our garbage is disastrous because we don't sort it. After the calamity, people have died. That's when we are learning, no, garbage is very useful. Especially if you sort it. It has a lot of market, it can produce gas, it can produce power. And now the developed countries are applying to come and help us take our garbage and even make a lot of money out of it. The competitors were very many, but the first one has already gotten the tender. They are going to make a lot of money. One day in Fort Portal, people thought the mayor had gone mad. But the mayor was in his rightful senses, but fighting that. When he bought the dustbins to pin them against poles so that people can develop and catch up with the culture of throwing, people said, now, you look at him. Is that the only thing he has seen? They were commenting negatively. It's our role to mindset our people positively, to appreciate that a city, a town, is not a dumping site. So we have a lot of work to do, my dear colleagues, but we are there to support you, especially giving you the equipment that you need. People are fond of Uganda. People love Uganda. The Pearl of Africa is a real reflection of what we should be. We just need to harmonize and to make it better and people to enjoy their coming here. So with the urban authorities, we have to improve the standards of living of our people. I understand the Secondary School International Association had requested that their national games be held in Fort Portal for at least 5 up to 10 times. Because even when they go to the smallest lodges, Kasusu everywhere, they are very clean. The barmaids are clean. The toilets are clean. The food has no flies. But until the other group said, no, you cannot keep everything, because they lose money. So you can see how small things which people think are small can be a very big market and a source of revenue. An urban area which is not attracting revenue is not worth calling a municipality, a town council, a city. And now the question is, what is the problem that stops categories of urban places to have a very, very big discrepancy in tax collection and utility? My brothers and sisters, there is a lot to be done. The minister delegated me to Nansana to launch a grader, brand new grader, bought out of tax collection. I said they should carry a message to the minister. How did you raise the money? They said we have an inventory of every business here. Even a 1-bedroom house is taxed. And now government has eased your method of tax collection. But the spirit of commitment, the patriotic spirit must prevail. If it's not there, man will find its way out. And it's finding its way out in very many places, including districts. But commitment on collection, commitment on utility, prioritizing on what can improve my city, my municipality, my town council is very, very important. So when people begin thinking of patriotism, the president has said patriotism, it must be practical. Nobody will love your town council more than you. Day in, day out, we have written letters, we are fighting for a supplementary budget. But as we fight to impress government, try also to show improvement in your areas, and for it to look that the vehicle would have added advantage. Not when I'm going to hold barazas, the minister has told me to hold barazas in the Western region. Not when people are complaining of not getting PDM or getting some deductions, and we are there and we are saying the vehicle, because of the vehicle, it's difficult for me to supervise the trillions. So let's try to impress government that we are trying our best, but the vehicle will add more speed. And we shall get there. Roll them in the budget, my dear ladies and gentlemen. Right from LOC 1 up to 5 up to the mayors. We did propose 100% increment. But the Minister of Finance is boldly saying the money is not available at the moment. And when it gets available, we shall start from there. But the good thing, the budget was passed. So our hands are tied, but the reminders are there. He'll be my witness. When Honorable Myers doesn't bring it, I bring it. When I don't bring it, any other minister brings it. We are passionate about the salaries. And on staffing, get it very clear from me. I'm happy there are mayors in cabinet, but the information which was passed on to your cows. If you have the wage bill, don't sit down and say, I don't know what to do. If you have the wage bill, prove it to the Ministry of Public Service and you will get your individual permission. It's not a blanket authority that go and recruit when there is no evidence that you have the wage bill. Is that clear? Prove that you have your wage bill, write to the minister and give the proof. You will be given your individual permission to recruit. But despite all that, there are people who have not filled positions for a century. And you wonder what the problem is. They've never advertised a specific position. Some specific juicy positions are ever in acting positions. What is the problem? Sometimes we are also the problem. We are trying to fight our hearts out to make sure there is a new law on the appointment of district and city service commissions. Although it's blindly hidden, the truth is, the chairpersons and mayors, you have a very big hand in the choice of the people who sit on those commissions, and there is some interference which cannot be proved. There could also be some corruption which cannot be proved. And I will say, I chose you, but I want this position to go to X. And you cannot deny. So there is a lot of hidden evidence that we can't find often, but we are trying to find a way we can amend the law, especially on the appointment of members of these service commissions. There is a problem there. The Attorney General is still also searching for a suitable law that will untie that conviction that there is a dictation somewhere for someone to be appointed. You can imagine in Busia, the council refused to approve those members that were proposed. They said these people have a dot, we are not approving them. And for 2 years, not even to borrow, because the law says if yours is not full, you can borrow the services of a neighboring district. What does that mean? So members bring ideas, we share them, and we come up to the real solution, which will hinder some of our children getting jobs transparently and timely. the vendors were not the problem, but I want to assure you, some of our technical staff are really big-headed. But my question is, when we make reports, what happens? I don't want us to leave this place the way we came. People have talked. Pick something which will improve on your performance in that very area. He has talked a lot, I have talked a lot, he has talked a lot, but pick something. Set yourself standards and try to describe how you reach there. You can't say you want to go to Kampala without knowing the means to get to Kampala. Uganda is growing very fast, and the country is emphasizing IT, and I'm happy that our Urban Authorities Association of Uganda gathered here today at their General Assembly have successfully acquired a website, and I'm lucky to launch it, and the website is www.uaau.co.ug. Today is 17th October 2024. Congratulations. And I append my signature in approval. Member of Parliament.
President UAAU. Then host mayor. If I don't read your name, please we'll take it to police. End of development partner, Samabala.